Hi. Actually, just one moment. Ah. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Hello. I am a bit of a hot mess at the moment. As you could probably tell by the fact that I haven't streamed in like several months. Okay, we'll start. Do it from the start. I am piping in music directly from. Hi! Hello! Hi! Long time no see! That hiatus was completely unplanned. But I hope, I can... YouTube's probably gonna penalize the hell out of me, but I have like sub 500 subscribers. It's not like YouTube isn't penalizing me already for not streaming consistently. Did I do a stupid tablet? No, I didn't. My desk is a mess, though. It is. Good lord. Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Plugging things in. Plugging things in. You take the thing loop multiple times before moving to the next song, but it's gonna be like that for a bit. Now I need to tell people that I'm actually live. Na. We survived January, we survived February. It's March now. Yay! Got my shit kicked in by winter. No fucking way! Sorry, I was popping around in Discord. Sharing the link around for my stream. And the amiibos, Kirby amiibos, they got legendary machine amiibos up in this bitch. They got a Dragoon amiibo and a Hydra amiibo. I'm so... fuck. Ooh, 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 I like it. Ooh, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Hang on. Oh, I'm not doing much of anything. Did you know that they revealed a little bit of, teeny bit of lore about Airtopia Ruins in the interview with they interviewed Sakurai for Air Ride, but they also interviewed the sound team. So they interviewed Shogo Sakai and the other guy whose name I cannot remember. Begins with an I. It's like I'm gonna go pull up a link. I feel bad for forgetting his name. Iwadare! Noriyuki Iwadare. Yeah, so I'm gonna doodle some fucking Kirby shit tonight. I have a bunch of software running all at once, so my mic might pick up fan, but I'm gonna crank up that. Bald. Am I bald? Oh, yeah, that's right. It's a picture of my attempt at a Sectonia spider redesign without, and I never got around to drawing her hair. Hi. Hello. Hello. It's been a while since I've streamed. I am, as is typical of me, getting back into things after not doing things for a while. Kind of fucking around at the start of the stream. Not very prepared. If I get Wind and Wave, I might actually get Legend ZA sometime this year. Seems actually a pretty solid game. I'm always up for another Pokemon adventure. Okay, so as for starter, the Pokemon I was drawn to immediately first was Gekwa. Gekwa's a cute little guy. I love me a lizard. I'm always up for a lizard. I'm warming up to Pombon a lot. I like the dog. The dog is cute. I haven't looked at the leaks about Wind and Waves is legendary, and I'm not sure what the dudes on the box are gonna be. I've gotta see who's on the box before I pick which version I'm getting, because I'm also gonna have to see some more new Pokemon, because you know how it is. The new Pokemon release cycle, like ZA more than Arceus. After watching gameplay, it's different from Arceus. I've heard it's good, but different. Like, it's like you kind of have to take it on its own thing, on its own merits, which is fine. It's fine if Arceus can't be the template for every single one. Arceus is kind of unique in that it's very research-focused, and that's what I liked about it. Whereas, because Legend ZA takes place in the modern day, you're doing less research and doing more absolute brain fart. You're doing more, less research and more diddly daddly doodly, like just regular Pokemon trainer shit. Catching and training and doing and shit. Flashbang myself with my own. Oh, let's turn off. I can see my colors! The research is what you think you hate about Arceus. 50 of each guy. Yeah, it was a pain. The fact that you could go around and, like the fact that you could just catch them straight up. I'm pretty sure you still can in Legend CA. That's, like, one of the main draws. I'm gonna... Fun fact, when I was reading the music interview with the Air Riders composer, really need to do something about that bald spot on my EVTuber avatar. You can see, like, my scalp when I, like, turn a certain way and, like, the hair physics takes over. I just... never bothered. Never bothered to change it. It's, I just... But, in the music, the songs for, Cavernous Corners, which we just listened to, that flute section was improvised. I don't know, book. Based on all the shit I have open. Something else. I have still been mentally in the Kirby hole. I have been drawing some things. I did a lot of work on this and did some really good work on, like, the ivory claws and stuff. And then I started manually drawing in all of the muscle fiber texture here. And then I've, like, gave up. I should get back to it. And it's the kind of thing that's, like, easy and relaxed, so I could probably just go ahead and do it because it's pretty yap over. Avatar is covering up the... it's fine though. Fine though. Oh, there it is. I added it around the eyes. Kirby did not eat me, for the record. Anxiety power. Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm a little far away from my microphone, so I'm not, like, speaking directly into it, but if I move it around, I could compromise something else about my setup. I don't feel like making loud, bonking noises, so I just have to, fiddle with my shit on the fly. Oh, cable management. My worst nightmare. Actually, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the fiddly shit. Anyway. Ooh, my fiddly bits. Ooh, my fiddly bits. So much pain. I'm gonna clean my desk tomorrow. This is horrendous. This is one of the reasons why I haven't streamed in a while. I had a not very tidy desk situation. And, I was like sitting on my bed to use my computer instead of like at my desk. And I just kind of did that for several months. Come on. You can do it. Fucking tablet driver crashed. Come on. Quick Discord. Get a little bit of that extra strength back. Is my stream? Is it like, am I losing connection? Oh, okay. No. Yeah, there's other flavor of technical difficulty. Okay, Joker for the tablet card. That's okay. That's fine. Interesting how that works. Okay. Driver restarted. My everything else still hates me, but it's fine, we ball. This is a gigantic file, and I'm running several other GPU applications. What the fuck Leo from Air Riders was? I wish I knew too! What the fuck is the kitty doing? Why is he like that? Very cool air ride machine concept. What are you? Because I can make the assumption that the Hydra and the Dragoon are like... They're more obviously air ride machines. Leo isn't a machine. That's animal. other riders fused? I don't know! And it's not like they're letting us play as the fused Hydra and Dragoon in the game, so... I would say I doubt it in that respect. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Beep, beep, beep. Let's see. Flattish. That makes this drawing a bunch of muscle tissue is... I have to follow the I have to follow the noodle curvature that I set up. Curvature? Curvature. Curvature. And we're enunciating that T in in the spirit of live streaming, I should get back into Monster Hunter Wilds. I mean, I should also get back into World, but I should get back into Monster Hunter Wilds. And there's been a bunch of updates since I last played, because I also stopped playing off stream as much as well. But apparently it runs a lot better. Apparently they've managed to figure out Steam compatibility. Steam Deck compatibility, excuse me. Not that I have one, so it's not relevant to me, but if it can run on Steam Deck, that means it can run on older and or cheaper PCs. I still haven't beaten, what's-his-face? Omega Planetes. It's very difficult. I have not managed to do so yet. Is it risky to do that? Yes, it is. Yeah. This... too much darker? Maybe. It is only a harsh density. Slightly better. Whoa, wrong brush! Back to my pen. Very slight crackle. I am using every USB port available to me, and my capture card is plugged in through one of those bus dongles, so maybe that's it. It's soft enough to bother me as I'm listening to it, but it's probably not coming through on the stream, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I just need to get over myself. As you do, as you do. Bing. Ooh. There. Good old-fashioned swing back and forth while I crack my neck in the background. Dun, 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 dun. I was hoping to be maybe a little more yappy. I don't actually have much to talk about. I mean, still been in the Kirby hole enough to draw my weird fucking. This guy is technically a Kirby OC, and I might get into potentially more of my OCs to talk about, and that might it might be more interesting to discuss things if I'm, like, in a stage where I'm, like, actively designing a character, as opposed to working on, like, the slow, repetitive, samey parts of one specific thing. Like, this is... the stuff that I've already done on all of this has taken hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So... I could spend a whole hour a stream silently picking my way through another layer of this. Because when I'm in sketch mode, I can iterate fast. I can talk about my reasoning, doing things. And I can go, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that works maybe, actually. Yeah, that's interesting. And discuss things as I go, where it's just, I have already done the sketch part of this guy. Kasua's, is meat spaghetti, and that's about it. I mean, I could discuss some of the lore. The premise is, like, shortly after Star Allies, once I did that, I was like, okay, cool. Cthulhu mythos for the Kirbyverse. We are going to create an Eldritch Pantheon for the Jambandrins. And so I gave, I made a bunch of spooky Void gods, who are the direct descendants of Void Termina. And this is one of them. He is a messenger god, he is a meat internet, and that is why he is made of muscle fibers. It's basically like using nerves as fiber optics. That's the idea. And also for the Eldritch sake. For the Eldritch part of the equation, there is meat! Meat, 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 meat. Luigi says, yeet that meat! I should play Mario's Mystery Meat on this channel sometime. It was actually one of the first, like, Vine Sauce videos that I, like, got into and watched. And it was a weird part of my life. My childhood dogs had just died, and, you know, those are just my baby brother and sister, basically. And, you know, 17 years with an animal. But, so, yeah, like, God, okay, I, like, dropped that and then, like, didn't really, I just let it hang in the air for a bit. I'm sorry, that's really depressing. Like, that was kind of, like, the headspace I was in at the time, because you spend that much of your life with this animal, and they've lived out the entirety of their lifespan, and, like, then you have to, like, figure out how to, like, exist in a world without them. And so, what I'm trying to get at is, your first pet death grief is going to hit you like a fucking semi-truck. And it did, so, they died in the summer. I found Mario's Mystery Meat in the fall, and, like, it, like, takes pet grief takes a while to, like, settle. So, it's the kind of thing where you need, like, a year or two to get over it. And, like, you never try. Getting over it is a bit of a strong word. It's like, I don't burst into tears at the thought of it anymore, but I'll still look at old photos and go, aw, Oggy. And that is why I got misty-eyed, at Bobostif's, subplot, Arvin's and Bobostif's subplot in Violet, because those wounds were a lot fresher. And so seeing this poor, sweet, old, sick dog struggling to get up, like, tugged directly on my heartstrings. Anyway, through the lens of grief, Mario's Mystery Meat comes off as, like, a deep, heartfelt exploration of, like, futility and depression and hopelessness, instead of a Vine Sauce shitpost. In addition to being a Vine Sauce shitpost. Like, you can tell it's a shitpost, but it, like, feels way more profound because, like, the themes hit, and, like, stuff, like, Vine Sauce shitposts that have to do, like, that feature sponge in any, like, significant capacity, do tend to lean into those darker emotions. Like, if you're in the thick of having some of those dark emotions yourself, it's like, you start to feel for the guy. And so, I kept watching more Vine Sauce, because there was, like, it's the kind of thing that's like, whoa, I'm feeling big emotions, but I'm also laughing my ass off at fucking Smile Ghost and Speed Luigi. And what I'm trying to say is, I should definitely earmark Mario's Mystery Meat for this channel at some point. Probably after I play the original Super Mario World, so that I know how to fucking play the game. Because the premise of the Vine Sauce shitpost is that it plays on a game that he loves and has played for years and years, and was a critical part of his childhood, and has the potential to be emotionally affecting for Vinny because of that, because it was made for him. I am Gatsu. Get ready for the quiz. Speaking of shit I watched while the dogs were dying, I don't know if I'm due for a Serial Experiments Lane rewatch. an interesting show. It's like the show was more vibes than easy to follow plot. Excuse me. I need to dip into my anime backlog in general, honestly. Do that thing where if things are like curving, oh I forgot, if things are like curving away from each other, then like get that straight line. Curve is going upwards here and downwards here, and it also loops around this eye kind of. And yeah, the fact that it's like it like pinches together right here, that's a bit of a difficult thing. Especially because I'm doing these in like long, loose strokes that follow the arc of my wrist. So maybe I perhaps need to be a little more deliberate. To be fair, I could probably always use practice on like managing line weights instead of just like relying on the physicality of how my hand goes over, moves the pen over the tablet. Why am I doing that? I made this pinch way more dramatic than it needed to be. It's fine. It's about as gross and meaty as it needs to be. Something, something, and climb up trees. I don't know the DK rap by heart, I'm sorry. Song of Supplication. I also need to play Kirby Star Allies on this channel. Thing I have been thinking about. One of the things that I considered for this channel, Kirby's Return to Dreamland 1000%. And the idea was to 200% the original Return to Dreamland Deluxe, and also the bonus stages in Kirby's Dream Collection, the 20th anniversary thing. I was thinking of potentially doing that this fall, because the 15th anniversary of Return to Dreamland is coming up. And that is very special. Should also start doing some of the shit that I, like behind the scenes content that I try to justify my Coffee memberships with. And while I appreciate the lads who have stuck around, thank you Dietrich, thank you Errol, feel like I'm not really providing enough to justify it. And so I either need to step it the fuck up or reduce the price again. I know the first time I reduced the price, the price I had before, and I thank you for that, but like, you don't have to. I have not been doing enough to justify that. You do not have to do that. This is me recommending against you falling for my e-begging, because I am not doing enough to sell you on it. Not enough fibers for this section. excuse me. Maybe I could try to do more shit, but one of the things I need to do is port all of my shit over to the Linux side of my— wrong brush again. Every damn time. Grab my hard-edged brushes. You are free to give me money if that is your choice. This is also for anyone else who might stumble across the bot in the feed. Like, assuming I am not talking to you, like you're the only one here. But thank you for it. You are paying for the hosting of my website over at Trixie'sTexasToast.com, which I also need to work on, which could also be a fun thing I do as like a behind-the-scenes type of thing. Like, ooh, watch me code HTML bullshit. And we just, like, chill out and yap, or, like, I write wiki pages or something for my Kirby headcanon. Or I convert the rest of the site to Jekyll or something. Or can you convert, like, my personal IRL, like, portfolio site to Jekyll as well, because I think that'll make it easy in the long run. But that's not going on stream, because that would dox me instantly, because my real name is all over it. That's another reason why I gotta move all my stream assets over to the Linux side of my thing. I got started. I exported some of the stuff, like OBS settings, to a JSON, to a Raspberry Pi that I bought from one of my IRL friends. And I use that as like a local data server that any of my commuters can connect to. I haven't used MacBook in ages, which is a shame because I do all of my music shit on that. And that means I haven't touched any of my music in ages. And though the idea of the Pi is that I can access a lot of my shit from anything. I think there were like a couple GPU errors that I experienced on it, and it scared me, and that's why I've been using my Windows computer, my PC, way more. And now I'm noticing shit on that, where I'll, like, if I'm spending too long on the internet, sometimes my fucking AMD drivers will time out. Got a couple blue screens. And now, market-wise, is not the ideal time to be buying a new computer. Though, with how Apple's been doing, like, the MacBook shit is like, I'm gonna buy a refurbished one from, like, 10 years ago. I am losing more and more trust in tech companies, unfortunately. As many of us are, given the everything. Ah! My driver does that. I switched from basic Wacom drivers to a thing called Open Tablet Driver because I was sick of needing to, like, delete and reinstall drivers every time I wanted to switch from, like, my big beefy tablet to my older, smaller one. Because the older, smaller one is the one that I learned how to do all this shit on. And so my muscle memory is better and more natural on the little guy. Also, I haven't pulled out my big monitor since we got carpet steamed, so having a big thing and a big monitor seems a little bit overkill for all of the drawing that I'm not doing at my desk. I have an amplifier plug-in. Pretty sure it's running. I want to work on the stickers today. projects I have thought of for myself is, like, building an entire, like, website platform from scratch, so I can get some of my fandom buddies to, beta read some of my fanfiction, and I've got, like, a short list of, like, 6 to 10 people. Oh, you're gonna go to bed? That's okay. You don't, like, personally owe me watch time. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. I should watch more of your VODs for the same reason. We can be buddies! We swap watch time! Yay! Good night. I will be here, fucking around, talking to myself about dumb shit. For those who are interested. Actually. But... Just the two of us. We can make anything true. A yawn came for me right in the middle of the lyrics. But yes, I decided to go overkill because on, like, tech shit, because tech projects are interesting, and I need to learn how to do techie bullshit more. I want to try out some of the new skills I've acquired, some of the new things I've studied, and I'm sure as hell not doing it through Google Drive. And I found some evidence that while Ellipsis looks promising as a platform right now and advertises itself as being a thing for writers, I think I saw a post that was like, it's backed by a bunch of, like, techno-capitalist, venture capital bullshit, which, while that I do understand that that's necessary to producing and providing a service, I have lost so much trust in the tech sphere due to political current events that I would like to learn how to roll my own. And that does mean I will have greater concerns, such as various cybersecurity concerns. And hopefully I will be able to manage such things. Manage such things with other things. Like, up to and including, like, you're not gonna be able to register your own account. I'm gonna have to do that manually on my end. And it's because it's, like, it's a thing, it's a trusted thing between friends, but it's supposed to be, like, a little more complicated than, like, just texting PDFs to each other. Damn it, wrong brush again! I keep doing it! I keep popping over to... What? That's why. The way I have my, thing set up. So... Open tablet drivers, fiddly bits. The way you can, like, move stuff around like this. I had to, like, hack it together using hotkeys. Because it's not really supported within it. The driver itself right now, because they're still fiddling with different features one at a time. And sometimes, when I imagine when it clicks E or whatever to go back to the... Well, no, it's going back to... Why do I keep switching back to pen, then? Do I do it because I'm erasing, or I do it... I think I'm just stupid. I think I'm just, like, misclicking over it, actually. Because it's going back to my airbrush just fine. So I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Gross. I tried to keep that quiet, but I don't know how much. Trying desperately not to burp into the mic. Break up that page. It's quite loud, actually. What? There it is. Back to Rainbow Resort. I wasn't looking. That's okay though. So hard on that bit and continue down the length of this character's nasty spaghetti coils. Spaghetti beast! Actually, when I was pulling up Air Riders to play this music, I found that there's going to be an event that starts tonight. See if I can get that, get those associated rewards. Because I love stickers, and I love license customization, even though I don't want to change my current license because there's no way to save it. Sakurai, let us save multiple license presets, please! It can be a single-digit number, I won't be mad. Genuinely, I probably do not need more than 5, the absolute maximum. Continually compelled by grammar! English grammar! I'm continually compelled to try cracking my neck again. Is that my posture? Am I shrimped up kind of funny? Is that why I keep doing that? That way I keep feeling like, ooh, my neck is a thing. This thing that makes very obvious motions on my VTuber avatar. What if I start at 8? Not much better. There we go. I think that's a good shapes. Good shapes! the burps are coming for me. Then the yawns! So the reason, I'm pretty sure the reason, I don't think I specified with the Air Ride event, one of the things that reminded me of it was that the other Revenge of Meta Knight theme came up. And it's Meta Knight theme. We're gonna have an increased, rate of seeing the Halberd in City Trial. Apparently Meta Knight is buffed. And there's gonna be a bunch of Shadow Stars about. I think the event is called Shadow Stars Revenge. Which, yay! Meta Knight gets an event all to himself. I also need to do a stream of just me making shit in my machine. Because this guy could make a pretty decent jet star if I knew what I was doing. I could do that. It's theoretically possible. Beep it up, beep up. Doohickey's in my way, so I'm gonna scoot the doohickey down the cable. This cable has like one of those things like wrapped around it that lets you swap which ending one has. It's got like a mini USB on the end, and it's got the little wraparound thing that lets you plug into the mini USB to turn it either into USB-C or a lightning cable for an iPhone. I broke a lightning cable for an iPhone recently. I don't know if it was because the quality was low or what, but the little thing snapped off inside my iPhone and I had to pull it out with tweezers. You're lucky that thing wasn't a proprietary cable, Apple, aside from the end of the port. Port's fucking is, but cable itself was third party. One less thing I can make fun of you about. Bing. We are still in the Air Ride music. To be fair, there are a bunch of tracks in this game, and it's every track and every alt song too. So now we're in the alt songs from the original game. Still got Top Ride to get through. Kirby to his enemies. this was in Melee first. And it's one of the best Gourmet Race remixes ever. Which is why I'm happy they keep reusing it, because it's so damn good. It was the, Fountain of Dreams one. And I think they did it because Nightmare in Dreamland came out for the Game Boy around the same time, which was a remake of Kirby's Adventure. And I think that one... Yeah, I think the idea was they used... This might have been arranged for Nightmare in Dreamland first, question mark? I'd have to double check my dates. Release dates. Kerbo, where did you go? Did you fall asleep on me? My Switch fell asleep on me. Wake up! Play my music, fool! Another possibility. A little bit of crust in there, because I've like daisy chained some dongles together. Have all of these USB things together in one big happy family! I missed my chance to sing 1-2 Oatmeal to the opening bars, damn it! Crunch is back. What if I... What if this is fuckery? Slightly louder. I can. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, that quality's marginally better. I think it was just which capture app I had open to pull the music from. And by pull the music from, I just mean pipe it directly onto my computer so that Elgato? OBS can pick it up. Words fail me. There might be a little crust in there, but I feel like there is less. Start to tell that this is way looser than the rest of the lines. Maybe I should add a few more. Which makes sense. I had a rhythm going initially, and then I lost my mojo for 2 months. I know this is more of the Button Rush theme than I do as the Top Ride theme. I think this is Top Ride Water? The Top Ride Waves, I think, because Water is from all of, like, the basic elemental names were taken up by the old Top Ride tracks that are not in this game. not sure if I fully appreciated how top right air sounds in this game. It's a little bit Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Just a bit. Which makes sense because, I've already forgotten his name. The music is pretty. Iwadare. I was close. Iwadare. He's known for the Grandius, which is one of those, like, old-school PlayStation RPG. Well, it was multi-plat. I think it's PlayStation and Saturn. Like, classic JRPG. And this sounds like JRPG music to me. Listening to the OST straight through, giving me new appreciation for the Air Rider's modern top right themes. Especially because I can listen to all those subtler musical textures in there. Steam? Yeah! I mean, I could have just waited for this riff to listen to it. I've not paid attention to how nice it is! Like the bass line. Honestly, this song could be a Top Right Steam could be a song for a level in a modern Kirby game. The bottom coil, I can follow along the shape a little more. Okay, yeah, my neck cracking instance is definitely coming from subpar posture. Either me shrimping on the bed over the course of the past several days, or something I'm doing wrong now, but maybe... that it affects my ability to... Not that bad. Song is old enough to have a meme presence, a classic meme presence. So whenever I hear this, I can't help but think of fucking Star Fortress and Pop-Up Star. One is TF2 voice clips synced to this, and the other is I don't think it was Windows Vista. I think it was Windows XP error noises. Those are YouTube videos from like 10 plus years ago. Back on it. I'm not sure if Star Fortress had a single pootis in it. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Also fun seeing them take alt tracks for their thing and use it to do a big wide selection from a whole bunch of different games. Because this is from Dream Buffet. They put Kirby 64 in it, so they're taken from all over the franchises. History. They got Song of Supplication as Crystalline Fissures. Now I'm just like getting dust from between my tablet buttons. That's why you hear me blowing on shit. There we go. Something popped in there. Neck cracking successful. Perhaps. Bunching up my shoulders. That might help. Probably really afford to just, like, boost up my desk chair more. Scramble. What is Apple Scramble from? Is that a Battle Royale track? I think so. Battle Royale is another game I'm gonna have to play on stream sometime. I have a copy, I have never touched it. But it's like one of those weird Kirby spin-offs that nobody really talks about. And it's weird to have a Kirby spin-off that, like, nobody really gives a shit about from such a recent console generation. Like, that's a 3DS game. Usually, the weird Kirby spin-offs that nobody gives a shit about are from the 90s. Like, Tilt and Tumble. We also got new remixes and shit. This is, yeah, it's Cloudy Park. We got a whole-ass Cloudy Park remix, the year of our Lord 2025, and I think that's neat. Ooh, this line art's a little funky right here. Throwing me. Not the kind of fucky that's, like, a huge deal, but it is throwing me a little bit. Okay, now it's made it past it. I'm fine now. I'm trying to let myself, like, be okay with, like, these sorts of, like, bits of, like, line art imperfections instead of, like, constantly striving for absolute perfection, because nobody's gonna fucking notice. In the age of AI, it's probably better to have, like, minor, distinctly human imperfections like that. And, what am I doing with it? It means I don't, like, one of the things that would, like, slow me way, way down when I was a teenager would be, like, zooming into 1000% and, like, carefully erasing the lines down to perfection, like, carving them like stone. And, it made me a less efficient artist. And I'm starting to recognize that there are certain very tiny imperfections that I am both okay with having and okay with letting slide for the sake of, like, drawing more new things. I will say, as much as I enjoy drawing, I don't have access. I'm actually sure if I should, say that out loud. I don't know, I'm not sure if I have enough YouTube subscribers for anyone to stumble across this in any significant capacity. I don't have access to Glaze and Nightshade, which I've considered, like, running locally. But when I checked, I have exactly the NVIDIA GPU that, like, doesn't work on it due to a PyTorch bug. And I found that out right in the midst of the, the GPU's, market price fucking. It's bad out there. Can't even upgrade my shit. Can't even buy, like, a USB, not a fucking external graphics card to exclusively run this, but whatever the fuck. I have to figure out some other filter, and I think the filter is going to be noise. I don't know how I'm gonna implement that noise, but I'm gonna try. It's gonna be a bit weirder on images that are supposed to have transparent backgrounds. I'm slowly finding myself giving less of a shit if I'm training on it, because AI image generators have approached a level of, like, well, first of all, AI is going to start to cannibalize itself soon, because they're running out of data on Earth to scrape. Like, humans do not collectively produce enough content fast enough to provide the language models with sufficient, well, this said, like, any models, like language models. Fucking I'm gonna have to double check my phone is way more saturated than I remember, but also this monitor is very saturated and my laptop monitor is very not. Get over myself. Beep up up ba do beep up 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 beep up 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 up. Okay, those are the 8 lines. You're there. I'm gonna name that layer. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Oh well, I finished my fucking textures on Kasula. I think I might try to shade him a little bit. Because while the ivory is technically flat colored, the sheer comparative black, like, that's staining on the ivory and not necessary. I mean, there's like a couple bits where, like, there are lines that are supposed to be evocative of cracks in the bone. Like a cracked texture. And that by nature is shading. Because that is light catching in those cracks. As opposed to it being strictly, like, surface level texture. But I think I'll just... I feel like I need to shade some of the muscle fibers a little bit, just so, it can, like, look artistically consistent and kind of achieve parity with the fucking thing. But it looks... But it doesn't look like two different art styles in one thing. I am leaving the eyeballs completely flat color, though, because I think that's part of their charm. I have to select colors again. And actually, I don't know if I want to do that when I don't have access to my phone to check colors against, because I do like being able to check the cross monitor, and my art monitor is packed up in its box right now. So, I pull this thing back up. One of these things needs... You can go. There you go. Feels like... Oh, that was Kirby eating crayons, that's what it was. Other such doodles. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Still an extremely important image. Okay, let's get back. Where's my bitches? There's my bitches. I like a bit of a rough pencil. This was all some fucking shit about void terminage. I should learn the lyrics. Aaron is, I do like the little guy. I think this was like, I wanted to like decide on maybe a new look for Liz Kazash that didn't have the heart-shaped mask, but that sort of syncretism, I think my issue with Kazash looking like this, is that he looks like a Hollow Knight character, and that throws me. But there's an element there where it's like, okay, I want that to reflect. It's like none of the rest of Void's kids have that same mask looking thing. But in the same breath, I want these fuckers to be representative of that in some way. Whether that's because Nash has that family resemblance and like syncretized him. This makes no sense to nobody to anyone who doesn't have any context about my fuck ass headcanons, but you know how that works. You know how it works. We ball. I think I did this on stream as like a very early pass at Ether Genesis, and I have that go away. Probably need it. And well, this is a very cool silhouette. It's not her. Because I want there to be some shit about the Sphere Doomers? Like, there's the whole idea of, like, her being a direct parallel to Void. And so... Morpho's weird because he's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. But, like, there's this thing where it's like, oh, I have, like... I don't know, to redraw it. He's right there. With Void being avian, roughly, from the shoulders up. It'd be cool if Ether was avian from, like, the waist down. So that would involve the sphere doomer tail with the bajillion tail feathers. And because of that, sorry, I can't help but sing along. I think my sketching mojo is gone, or at least it has been. I haven't drawn in a bit. Hot second. Like, fiddle. I haven't sketched in a hot second, is what I mean. But, I want to, like, combine the... There's also the things where it's like, this horn silhouette is really cool. However, it is directly cribbed from Morpho Knight's mask. And... because of that, I want everyone's horns to look different. So if Morpho Knight goes forward and back, like... Okay, so we got Morpho Knight here, and Morpho has horns that, like, project forward and sweep back, and are supposed to look like antennae. Void has horns that go that sweep all the way back, and they kind of curl together. So... if I want Ether to have her horns, it could be useful to do a different sort of curve, and I don't want it to go, like, straight up and together. Although I could, because I'm also pulling in elements from Frectoelphalus and General Medionephilus. Because the idea is they live in the ether, so it'd be neat. It's one of those things because the Void Terminal looks like nothing else, but it's also... I'm trying to design, like, based on that in parallel to it, but also with reference to, like, other things around the Kirby universe. So making Ether Genesis look too much like the Alphaless Bros, our beloved alien chinchilla blowjob brothers, then is like, I'm like missing out on pieces. Like, if then I'm just like slapping together Elfless and the Grand Doomer and calling it a day. And with how different Void looks from everything else in the setting, I feel like I owe the same to Ether Genesis. And that does complicate things. I could do, like... But also I'm, like, horns that project forward don't feel right to me. And, like, it, like, adds, like, a hard-edged fit to her when she's supposed to be very, like, ethereal, elegant, sort of feminine counterpart to Void's masculinity and Morpho's androgyny. I'm instinctively humming along and interrupting my own yap session. Speed. But like, if things point forward, it should be like... go up. And forward. the 3/4, like, 3D bullshit that I'm doing here doesn't quite fit. But it would be like... I might have to 3D model that shit. God, can you imagine? Cracking open Blender for the first... Any 3D software for basically the first time since college. Crank up the stabilization. I'm gonna turn that up to 10. Change my mid. Maybe. I think I might just need a historical crust and scrapes on my old tablet, though. Because, like, if I do that and, like, from head on, the face of this. Almost, that's, like, up. It really depends on what kind of silhouette, because, like, this is almost, like, a little bit bullhorns, a little bit devilish, and maybe not the right sort of look for her. And then, on the side, like, a little bit of this going on. Back. Still a little bit alpha-lissy, and I'm not sure how I feel about that yet. I need to do the checklist on Classic City, Airride Classic City trial. I haven't done that yet. But, I think I could... A lot of these are, like, visual aids for this stuff. Like, thinking about it, I was like, what the fuck was I saying while I was writing this shit? Drawing this shit. Drawing, writing, I was kind of doing a bit of both. For, like, one idea, another idea I had for Genesis Void is very, like, top-heavy. Now I'm shitposting. But his Void is very top-heavy, like, with a very, like, this kind of silhouette. And he's very blocky because of the fucking massive anchor arms. Would it be interesting if Ether Genesis was more of, like, this kind of, maybe not strictly, like, triangular, but, like, this. And I keep the shape I keep coming back to is, still potentially very elfin. But it's like this, but instead of, like, the angel wing ears, it's like, I kind of like that. I like that inverted triangle look. It's like, she's got the tail, she's got the long train, it's like a wedding dress, or like a cock's tail, because, the Sphere Doomers have those peacock fronds. Gonna have to give her a fuck ton of those little feathers, because she's gonna have to have way more than the Grand Doomer. I think the Grand Doomer has like 12 or something. Because, feather count is like a rank thing, and if she's literal actual top god, then... but like one of the things I keep envisioning is like, I think I'm I'm definitely gonna elf it up in the fact that she's also going to have human hands. I think she might have, like, the gross, long-ass fingers that the face chinchillas do. I don't know if I want her head to be fully connected to her body. Trying to be way slimmer than Void for a long-ass neck. I think I was cooking up here. Spindly neck, whereas Void is like no neck at all. I do headcanon that Void can stretch his neck out like a heron, but like normally he keeps it crunched up, and so he is just finally a game for children with no necks. But another silhouette I keep thinking back to. Yeah. Making her, like, super slim. Then at the waist. Decided if I wanted to do hard, pointed feet or not. Yeah, one of the things I keep coming back to freaking new layer is like to get that wide silhouette, she has hip width. So there's like, and they like connect back to her tail in like a dress, in almost like a dress shape. Like a fucking things up, hang on. Like, over her kind of like a tail. That she can spread those hip wings, and then tail hat the peacock, like the extended, like antennae. But I have to decide I'm going with this, and I might have more luck. I have more luck sketching on paper. Trying to go wing beam. I'm looking at Studemers on Kirby again. Tails are actually pretty short, at least regularly. Yeah, very good. Probably ice too. Why? Tail feathers. Why? Tail feathers are granted by 80 fucking. Keeping things typical or normal. Kirby was pretty dangerous. I realized the Grand Beamer's not eye pattern or things like that. That top. Deal with the wing spread with. Like a smattering of like, bird feathers. If I wanted to have a distinct shape, I'm not sure if I should do this or like scallop shape, like a longer diamond. Actually, chat. I think we had landed on something I actually like. We did want to associate her with the Starries. So having this symbol be significant to her in some way. I just prove what Starries don't look that big. Good shape. Some little starry from memory. What their little antennae look like, or tuft or crest or what have you. I go for like tail feathers than wing police veg. Like this. Upper body. And hotel looking ass. Sorry. Place. I'm gonna move that to a new layer, actually. So I can get out of the way and different. Yeah. Ugh, excuse me. Primary. Secondaries. Fuck it, I'm working digitally. I'm fucking around in concept work. I can copy paste that shit. Can't stop me. Who do you think you are, my dad? I, like, raise those inner wings. Maybe I should lean into, like, more of a seabird wing shape. Then I would, like, spread from there. Then back in. Of course, like, be like feathery bit. One like long feather in the stapling. Sorry, guys. Kinda looks like shit, actually. I think I might I have the wings fading into the tail here. That would make a lot of sense. And spread out, I feel like there's comes in and then comes back. Yeah, they're really good. Maybe poke around the mythology. Pretty strong privilege for number 6. How many tail feathers? I can give her more. I'm gonna have to look at 13. 13's a good number, though. I could give her the Grand Doomer tail. Real question. Look at Crowned Doom. How many feathers do you have, and is it more? I can't tell from the model. God, the Crowned Doomer is a cool fucking design, though. I've got a model rips. I have model. 15. Uh-oh. You have more feathers. Master Crown did give you extra stuff. Having one come out of his big. Ooh, that's a big number. 13. Or beginning. Even by Hal themselves. Whoops, I lost count. Does say 39 games thus far. Oh, that's number? Or... I thought there's a lot of... 15's already fucking pushing it. I think give her, like, smaller, less detailed feathers. One of the things with the Grand Boomer tail was that it had, like, outside, like an outside layer and an inside layer, so it would be like and it would have like to like alternate. So I could do a thing where like there's big long Seven. That's 9. 11. 7, 11 main feather. That 11 plus 12 is 23? 23 feathers. I could. It's a lot. Not sure if I want them to be like full stalked feathers, like peacock feathers. If I want them to be like little, like flippable, super short. Could maybe get up to 39. That's between 23 and 39. No. No, yeah, 16. I don't know how I would incorporate little gubbins further. silence to decide whether this is a pattern or a hole in her tail feathers. Cheat. I didn't say I wanted it to have to be just a pattern. Make it a hole anyway. She's not necessarily beholden to fucking normie anatomy. It like develops this look when she wraps her wings about her hips. It also, like, if I wanted to give her like kind of a liquid wibbly shape like this I have going on, the way her feathers blend together between her wings and her tail could like they could literally form into like a one singular shape. So it could be like you would have the wings coming up. Press. Hard time. Hyperbolic tone look. Thing where it her wings and crosses over her legs. I think I should also like do big, stupid, slender arms. I think if I'm gonna give her big old... The idea was avian from the waist down, in contrast to our boy Termina. So feather hands might be out for the picture after all. I could give her a fuck ton of floaty bits. Like, floaty bits do feel appropriate for her, of all people. It was, in fact, Kirby that got me into the notion of, like, having floaties. I like hands that, like, ended, like, there. Could be interesting. Idea very much is space god. I could continue space. Also go back and look at more stuff about another dimension. Where is it? Where is it? Where are you? Here you are. There's background shit going on. There's the cool auroras, and those are the funky mushrooms. I don't know what that planet is. I think it's just a regular-ass planet that just happens to be in another dimension. There is a big fucking it off with Kirby. Fucking dudes! They're not cute. Big crystal. Gallery page! I've got a gallery page? Articulation speech for Kirby. Game is such a bop every single time. Oh. Fucking bees do hit me. Helpless. Have to like pick out what kind of geometric shape these are. Fresh dudes. Could make her spiky. Could give her a bit of a pangolin look. I'm gonna chop off this image so I have just the doohickeys to look at. Them fucking fangs. So pretty. I'll just cut it off square. The thingies. The beloved. I wanted to lead into like inorganic looking geometry. Queen of another dimension. You know what I could do? Fucking. Portal geometry. We're down our wings. Probably. They could coincide with her longer feathers. Ooh, ooh, that's really nice, actually. Nearly every Zero 2 remix on the face of the planet. Fucking awesome. One is no exception. Fucking nailed it. Okay. Another dimension geometry on her feathers. Probably be much more subtle than that. Like, maybe a faintly lighter color on a dark blue background. Purple. I'll include more purple than I initially thought. Because I keep thinking her with thinking of her with the Starry's palette. In that case, her whole field. Having these kinds of hands be like. Be sharp about it. Or you just like have this thing around it. Would be fun. Be interesting. Oh, where her thumb. How human do I want her? I want her to have that in common. Wait. No, I gave her this, but I think I have considered in the past getting her straight up bird feet to stick with the whole avian from the waist down theme. So if it's that, then which again, so fucking cool. Like, selfless, leg shape in general. It's got little. I also need to give her like cool as fuck armor to match Void's. Thinking of making Bigodactyl? A parrot? I did that. keep them, like, dainty. Yes, you fell asleep on me again! Wake up, play my music, damn it. I don't like how the zygodactyl feet don't. They almost kind of look like they could be hooves. Just fun. Kinda digging this. Thinking I could pull off a bird foot look that would look right on her, but that's kinda slacks, actually. I still really like this void. Just the shittiest possible void drawing. I love him. Base her horns on. I just fuck up this dog a little bit. An arc of red streaks through the stillness of dawn. It flashes then fades away far into the stars. Yet in warm rays of dawn, we will journey on through the unknown into the fray. Machines lighting our way. Soaring high like shooting stars in the sky, whistling by in a symphony of speed, racing on faster than all our fears will break. These guys. Knowing that we finally reached our long away. I could do something like pick up like that. They have a little extra nub. Stars in the sky, higher than anyone who came before. Don't look back, 'cause nothing can hold you down. Antlery almost, which means I can have an excuse to lean even harder into the antlery look for her horns. Or maybe even a branching look for her wings. Also lean into like the narrowness of her body by like leaning into rhombus shapes and asteroid shapes, and also like H shapes as variations on each other. sure having slightly too long arms like Void also really works. Let's enforce that parallel. I think I'm okay with Morpho Knight looking almost nothing like them in its true form. It's too big. Don't know if I want to stick with the teardrop look for her face. I like it. This whole thing with her face opening up like a multi-lobed, like almost kind of like Glimora. I initially had it with pebbles. Boy. I think she should be allowed to be a little bit scary. Boy. 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 Along the edge. They probably look like this. I should look up the name of this shape specifically because probably like it looks like a regular polyhedron. Probably has a map. That means if I can pinpoint what numbers it's associated with, then I can figure out what kind of numbers I can associate her with. And it would help me decide how many face lobes I can put on her. The horns bits that I was I have to double check the shape of Elpholis's face. Like, they're pretty strictly like this. And then the forward projecting element they have is mostly just, it's a little bit like this, but it's in such a way that the silhouette of the front produces back look. A little bit double helixy. I might double check Denbo meaning of that. And I might also keep looking at various geometric themes. So I think I'm gonna sign out for the night. I think it's time for me to curl up in bed go CP, and also maybe stop yapping and start thinking and kind of research. Too boring to watch. Thank you for joining me. Apologize for my unplanned absence. Thank you for putting up with me while I curb out in public. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And have a nice whatever other part of the day you might. Good night.